So today we're doing 11.1, which is three-dimensional shapes and then the cross sections of those same shapes. So we're going to figure out how to recognize 3D shapes and what the different parts of them are, so the faces, edges, and vertices. And then when you have a 3D shape, what happens when you get a cross section? When you cut through the shape, what kind of shape do you end up getting? So the first definition here is what's a polyhedron. So polyhedron is a three-dimensional shape whose figures or surfaces are polygons. So like looking at this, we have a square and a square and a square and a square and a square, and they make up your cube. So it's a three-dimensional shape that each of the parts of it is a nice polygon. The different parts are listed. So a face is going to be a flat surface. So like one of the sides or the top or the bottom, but like one of those flat planes, you could call it. The edges are going to be the lines. So like where things connect here, the corners or edges. And then the vertices are the corners. So like where everything meets. So if we're looking over at this cube and we want to list all the different parts, we could list out how many faces it has, how many edges it has, and how many vertices it has. So we'll do faces in red. Here we have the front, the side, top, other side, back, and bottom. So we end up getting 6 faces. If you count the edges, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. So those are all of your lines. And then if we count our vertices, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just counting off the basic shape. So here are some more examples. You can pause the video here and try figuring this out yourself, and then I'll go through them. So if we're doing faces of this triangular pyramid, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces, so 4 sides, and then the bottom. Edges, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices. You're counting the triangular prism is the second one. We're going to have 5 faces, 9 edges, and 6 vertices. The hexagonal prism, you'll get 8 faces, 18 edges, and 12 vertices if you go through and count those. So the next definition is Euler's formula. So what this says is the number of faces you have in a shape plus the number of vertices always has to equal your total number of edges plus 2 more. So no matter what the polyhedron, this is always true. So this example on the side is still a cube. So if we go back to the last example, we had 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. So we can check this and see. You have 6 plus 8 has to equal 12 plus 2. So you should get 14 equals 14, and this formula checks out. The last one here is a cross section. So cross section is an intersection of a 3D plane with your figure, so like a slice. So like this yellow plane here is cutting the cylinder in half, and it's like, what is that shape when you cut it right there? So it's a slice of a 3D shape. So here, if we're looking at this, your cross section would be when we hit here, we have a straight edge, and we go back straight. The back is going to be hitting a straight edge and then straight back. So the cross section of this cylinder is going to be a rectangle. So this is your cross section. Okay, so getting into some other examples. Here, first we want to figure out how many vertices, edges, and faces do we have, and then we want to check, does it follow Euler's formula? So we want to check if the faces plus the vertices is equal to the edges plus 2. So count your faces. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Vertices 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then edges 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus the 2. So we get 14 on this side, 14 on this side, and it checks out. These ones are a little different because they're much more complicated. So here it gives us vertices and edges, and we want to figure out the faces. So for this, you can just plug it into the formula and solve backwards. So we don't know what the faces are, but we know vertices are 20, edges are 30, and then plus 2. So we have 32 on one side, and then f plus 20. So you want to figure out 20 plus what would give you 32, and that's your number of faces. So there has to be 12 faces for this to be true. Same idea over here. We have 20 faces plus 12 vertices has to equal your edges plus 2. So you get 22 over here has to equal edges plus 2. What plus 2 is 22? Or I got this wrong. Sorry, 32 right here. So what plus 2 is 32? And your edges have to be 30. All right, so the last example here is figuring out this cross section. So you have the hexagonal prism here, and it has a hole in the center. So if we cut it halfway through, or we slice it through, what shape are we going to get? We're going to end up getting a two-dimensional shape of what the top looks like. So it's going to be a hexagon with a hexagon cut out in the center. So your homework, again, this is an optional assignment from the book if you would like, but you need to do the 11.1 Math Excel online. And that's it.